These are the quite literal bumps in the road on my journey to get signed off to solo the T6, otherwise known as the Harvard.
Ah, come on, Steve. Oh, I'm going around.
This has been a deeply personal journey for me, dating back to my earliest childhood memories when I heard stories of my grandfather who flew a Spitfire, which inspired me to become a pilot.
Well, you've gone and done it. Now you got to get this airplane back on the ground by yourself.
But honestly, I didn't feel alone on this one. I truly felt his presence during this flight, and I'm going to dedicate this episode and the rest of the journey going forward to Grampa. This episode will cover the process of being signed off to solo the T6, otherwise known as the Harvard. It'll be technical and nerdy like most Flight Shops episodes, but this one is also extremely personal, so I hope you enjoy the balance.
It's crazy how much more this thing takes, right? This is just top up.
That's just top up?
Yeah.
4 quarts.
My friend JP is behind the camera on this one because I really don't want to think at all about being a filmmaker. The previous episodes in this series covered the initial training with Dave. Today, I'm doing a final warm-up flight with him to go over the last few things, and to get me ready to fly with Ron. He's the chief pilot of the Canadian Historical Aircraft Association, and he signs off all the new pilots as they get checked out on each type.
Next one's going to be the flapless. We're going to use a 90 knot approach.
Okay.
And anticipate that the approach is going to need to be wider.
So I'm way further away like an airliner coming in shallow, that's the idea?
Yes.
Yeah.
The airplane just won't descend on that profile at 90 knots, right? It's going to be a shallower profile.
And we don't have tools in our kit like a slip or anything, we're just going to fly it straight.
Yeah, and it's just kind of go for a tail low wheeler or any landing that seems like it's going to work out.
Roger. I got fingers, pins, and lights. Windsor Tower, Victor and Juliet is looking for a stop and go on 07. We're on the left, downwind 07.
Victor and Juliet Tower, wind 0107, cleared stop and go, runway 07.
Clear stop and go 07, Victor and Juliet. I was about to ask him for a flapless, and I'm like, he doesn't need to know that.
No, he doesn't. I wondered why
that's exactly why that happened out of order.
All right, we're not going to go below 90 knots.
We're not going to go below 90 knots.
You can already see what I'm talking about.
That it's going to be hard to descend and we're going to be fast?
You got lots of power management, so it's fine. You can make it work.
Yep.
The risk of ballooning is high, so just focus on, attitudes.
The descent rate is pretty high. Should I add the power?
No, you're good. You're going to be real good. Just start flaring.
Wow,
Start flaring now. Start flaring now. You're going to wheel it on here. You ready? Come a little down, lower, a little lower. Yep, hold it, hold it.
Wow, it's still bounced, eh?
Yeah, just hang on to her.
I got her.
Oh, there you go, buddy. You got her. You see how fast that was? You
fast.
landed at like 85 knots.
Yeah,
that's almost 100 miles an hour.
477 with hotel, looking for clearance to Toronto.
So flaps are already up.
Yeah.
And we're good to
just
go.
Going, yeah. We probably could have done a touch and go.
Well, anyway, I'd like stopping. It's good practice.
That's fine. It was a good landing. I just wanted you to experience it.
Power is set. Yeah, man, I'm glad I experienced it.
Some Warbird organizations believe in only landing with full flaps in the T6. However, training at the CH2A involves making sure all the pilot members can land in any flap configuration.
It's all manageable, Steve. You can do anything if you know what to expect.
4142, 134.3 in the air, and we're looking for departure off of 07.
Let's just do a standard wheeler.
Okay, with 35 flaps?
477,
yeah.
Check your request and read back correct.
You might be able to check out today, because I'm looking at the clear skies moving in.
I'm just wondering if it's optimal time for Ron in the afternoon. I know he's a morning guy.
Well, we'll call him after this landing.
Prop is full fine.
Oh my God. That's how you finish a flight right there.
That was awesome.
So, what's happening?
I go fly with Ron. I just had a really good last flight with Dave, so...
He's got the Dave approval.
He's got the Dave approval right now. Yep.
He needs the,
He needs the approval that actually matters.
Yeah, I knew I did, yeah.
He does that every time and beats himself up, so you just kind of sit there and go, I'll try that again.
Steve just got back from his flight. He's going for his checkout with Ron, which is a pretty big deal. And if that goes well, he'll be a T6 pilot, which will be pretty impressive.
Okay, all clear. I'm going to start priming. All set back here.
Flying with Ron was an honor and a privilege, and I'm going to cut this down and share some of the best nuggets.
Okay, so pre-takeoff check is complete. I have clearance to taxi to position and a monitoring tower. I guess he's probably going to call me when I get there. If he doesn't, I'll call him again.
Like a plan?
I talk to myself a lot, just that's how I roll.
That's good.
You're cool with that.
Victor India Juliet Tower, right turn out, not above 2,500 in the zone. Report leaving the zone to the southeast. Cleared for takeoff, runway 07.
Okay, clear takeoff 07. We won't be above 2,500 in the zone, and we'll report clearing to the east, Victor India Juliet. Okay, we are cleared to go. Here we go. Power's going to be set smoothly to 32 inches. Power is set. Checking the brakes, positive rate, instruments are good, gears coming up. Climbing for 95.
We headed out to the county to do all the air work that I'd done with Dave in part 1, and it went really smoothly. So I'm not going to include that in this episode. But Ron's got such an amazing backstory, it literally warranted writing a book. And I got to see him shine as an instructor when we returned to the circuit for landings.
Alright, climb power is set, flaps are up, gear is up, and we're climbing away at 95.
Yeah, we can head back and airport, do a couple circuits.
Excellent. How many students do you think you put through this airplane?
Oh God, I have no idea. Lots.
Well, it's a privilege to fly with you, sir.
He told me one of his favorite stories earlier that day.
Was one time we were doing a four-plane formation. We were fairly advanced formation where we were starting to do aerobatics and line of stern and this sort of thing. So anyway, it seemed funny to me at the time, but I called for a loop, and we were in the lead aircraft, and they were in line of stern behind us. And we did one loop, and that went fine. The student that I was with, he was watching the other airplane by this stage, the four of them going around. So he decides that he would now forget leading, and he would follow the other airplane around. So we started doing three or four loops like this with these four aircraft.
Yeah.
And each loop we're losing about 700 or 800 feet.
Wow.
To the point where I thought, well, I'm not going to say anything until he finally figures it out. And finally, I said, you better overshoot now, because our next one would have been boom, right into the ground.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was interesting to review this footage and see Ron in the zone as a highly experienced instructor,
Okay, gears coming down.
allowing me to make a mistake and not helping until it was absolutely clear I was not going to catch it.
Okay, I have two pins, I have fingers, and I have lights. The gear is down. We like our gas we switched to recently, so I'm going to leave it where it is. Mixture is rich. Pop will go full fine when I turn base. I am secure. Are you secure?
All set.
Alright. Alright, power's back to 15 inches. So we'll get some flap in there.
Victor India Juliet Tower, wind 0605, clear touch and go, runway 07.
We're looking for a stop and go, and if I can get a left pattern for the next one, please.
Victor India Juliet Tower, cleared stop and go, runway 07, left-hand pattern is approved.
Clear stop and go, Victor India Juliet. Alright, I'm going to wait till I'm final to add a little bit more flap, and we're going for a wheeler.
So it's no excuse, but the distraction of the unexpected conversation with ATC about the stop and go versus the touch and go broke my flow, and I missed going full fine with the prop. Notice the vibration indicating the low RPM. What's interesting is watching Ron. He's very aware of it, but he's not saying anything. And for those of you that don't fly constant speed props, this is a very critical mistake because the engine is not currently in a configuration that would allow for a safe go around. You can't add full power without the prop in fine pitch, especially with a supercharged radial engine.
Roger, Tower, Sherman Foxtrot, Alpha Papa Golf, from present position, I'd like to return to the circuit.
Alpha Papa Golf Tower, Roger, cleared left base, runway 07.
You're bring it to a full stop.
Base 07, Alpha Papa Golf.
Identify the flaps and then raise them. Alright, there's a full stop. Identifying flaps. Raising flaps. Alright, and we are cleared for the stop and go. Are you good to go?
All set.
Here we go.
Watch your prop there.
Power set. Prop, thank you. Oh, I missed the prop on the downwind jab.
So I was definitely shaking my head about that one. I knew it was a huge mistake. Even if it was the first mistake I made on this flight, it was a big one. But I had to get out of my head because I had another landing to do to impress Ron.
Gear up. I never once forgot that.
And of course I couldn't get out of my head about it, and the next landing completely sucked.
Ah, come on, Steve. Oh, I'm going around. Well, got the practice to go around. A little slow, a little low, but we got runway, so I'm going with it. There we go.
That's good.
Alright, did I redeem myself with that one?
Yeah, that was good.
To be honest, I'm glad to have totally screwed one up when I wasn't alone.
Wizard ground, good afternoon, 7172, Foxtrot, Romeo, Oscar, Papa.
Oh, that was good. You're flying it well.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, it's just going to be a matter of doing it more often, right? Just to get more used to it.
So how did he do, Ron?
Oh, he did a good job.
That's
He's a
awesome.
qualified Harvard pilot.
I'll take it.
Good job.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
So, how are you feeling?
Solo to Harvard, that's what I feel like.
You don't sound very enthused.
No, it's good, it's good. I'm just in the zone. Alright, it's fueled, caps are on. And I guess I'm gonna go fly it. Be proud, son.
Rolling on the rear seat cam now.
All clear!
Beautiful night. Sold Harvard.
It's a killer shot.
Yeah. Straight into the sun.
Well, you've gone and done it. Now you got to get this airplane back on the ground by yourself. All right, Grampa. Okay. I got pins, fingers, and lights. Gear is down. Tower, Foxtrot, Victor India Juliet is on the left, downwind runway 25, looking for a stop and go.
Victor India Juliet Tower, wind 170 at 7, clear to stop and go runway 25.
Clear stop and go 25, Victor India Juliet. Alright, gas, undercarriage, mixture, I'll go for flying in a minute. I'm secure, nobody's in the back. Switches are where I want them. Tons of fuel. Top's full fine. Gumps check is complete. Alright, gear is still down. Top is full fine. I'm clear to stop and go. Yeah, I know where the ground is in this airplane now. That is freaking awesome. You know, Tower, that was 3 good ones in a row. I think I'm going to call my luck and call it good night on that one.
Victor India Juliet Tower, roger. Taxi Foxtrot, cross runway 12 Golf, and monitor ground all in. Have a good night.
Thanks, Victor India Juliet.
Good job, they look good.
Appreciate it.
Good job, play top.
Thanks, guys.
So?
Got a little emotional at the end there. I almost was gonna go for a 4th one, and I was like, no, that was 3 good ones. I'm gonna call it.
Good job, man. Feels pretty good.
Yeah, well, it's off the charts good, yeah. I got a little emotional on the taxi back.
Really?
Just think about Grampa.
Well, I'm sure he'd be proud. It's as close as you can get right now, for sure.
It is.
Spitfire next.
Well,
maybe we'll buffer that with a couple other airplanes first, eh?
I'm gonna buffer with like 50 hours in this thing.
I was so tempted to do a 4th one, man. This airplane is awesome. But I did not want to end the night on a bad one. I am tired, it's been a long day, so 3 good ones in a row. Pretty good way to do it first solo. Wow. Tearing up a little bit thinking about Grampa.